another important video on DGS preparation strategy. In the first video, we have discussed what are the major subjects which needs to be covered for the prelim as well as mains examination. We detailed in discussion about what are the important major subjects, how we need to go to the prelims and how we need to go for the mains. Now, in this video, we are going to cover all the minor subjects which are asked in the DGS examination in both of the stages, prelim stage as well as the mains examination. Now, I'm just giving you first brief of this particular topic, that when we talk about laws, we know that there are two kinds of laws. One that is major, other that is minor. So as I told you, I already covered the major subject for DGS purpose. Now I am going to explain the minor subjects which are to be asked. Remember student, in the examination strategy of DGS, all the subjects are common in the prelims and mains. Just specifically, there are 2 or 3 subjects which are added or which are reduced in prelims to mains. Suppose in the prelim examination, there is one subject that is asked LLP. This is called Limited Liability Partnership Act. And secondly, another important minor subject which is Specific Relief Act. These subjects are not covered in the mains examination. LLP is not, but some way or other, some kind of problems are asked which may have some questions, some part of the questions related to the SRA. So now, coming to the subjects, if I would prefer all the subjects of the prelims stage, the minor subjects are, so I am taking in the minor, means to say prelim stage. When we talk about this prelim stage, so when we talk about this prelims of DGS, so there are all the subjects which are covered in the mains too, but still there is LLP, which is a minor subject, as well as SRA is added. In addition to these subjects, we are having many other subjects, that is like Limitation Act, like arbitration, like other local laws of Delhi. So means to say there are some. So one by one we will discuss about what are the subjects which are asked in both the common things. Now, if we want to go through the prelims and mains, so one, this is prelims and now this is mains, and we are focusing about minor subjects. So all the subjects are common, but 2 main subjects that I use here, LLP as well as SRA, included in the prelim. Now, if we want to know what are the important subjects which are asked in the mains examination of DGS, please remember student, there is the paper pattern which categorize subjects into 3 ways. One, that is civil law paper 1, civil law paper 2 and the criminal law paper. Now please remember, when we talk about this civil law paper 1, which simply says that in the mains examination of DGS, civil law paper 1 requires you to have the knowledge of some minor subjects too, and the name of these minor subjects are, number first, that is law of torts. Some says that the law of torts should be read as a minor or the major subject, but yes, law of torts is asked in the civil law paper 1. Then we can go for other subjects which I am repeating here, that is Indian Contract Act, that is sales of goods acts. So these are the subjects which are also added in the civil law paper 1 in terms of minor subjects. Then we are covering some local laws, that is Delhi Rent Control Act 1958. So this law deals with the rules related to the tenancy law. Remember student, generally under Transfer of Property Act, we are having the sections, the law related to the lease under section 105 to 116. But now the question comes, this is the general law. But when we talk about it specifically related to the rule of tenancy, then this law will prevail. Delhi Rent Control Act 1958. This is the local law for Delhi. Now, coming to another important minor subject, which is New Delhi Municipal Council Acts, which is similar to the law of municipality, which talks about the election procedure of these authorities. So we have 73rd and 74th constitutional amendment, by which 74th constitutional amendment deals with the law related to the municipality. So by taking this law, we are going to understand how these members and the chairmen, others are elected in this election of this law. Another law, that is Delhi Municipality Corporation. So one that is Municipality Council Act, other that is Municipal Corporation. Many students have some kind of doubt in these two laws. Sometimes they feel, is this the same law or they are having some different provisions? So thus यहाँ पर provisions different है. Municipal Council Act of 1994 and the Municipal Corporation Act of 1957. Another important minor subject for civil law paper is the Commercial Court Act. This Commercial Court Act deals with the law related to the courts which are dealing with commercial matters. So whenever you want to study this law is to be read with the Civil Procedure Code, right? So this is the Commercial Courts Act of 2015 which deals with the law related to the commercial code. So these are the subjects that I am talking in the civil law paper. All these subjects are also covered in the prelims paper. So you can take these subjects into prelims and mains together as a minor subjects. Now, if you want to know some more minor subjects which are covered in the prelims as well as mains, now you need to go to the civil law paper too, because this exam strategy requires the law as a common subject in these two exams. One law, that is the Limitation Act. Limitation Act 1963 is a very important law which deals with the limitation period to bring any suit in the court of law or to initiate the proceeding in criminal court. Generally, this Limitation Act deals with that as per section 3, when the limitation period is expired, you are not entitled to claim any kind of rights under this law. But there are some exceptions which are giving you some more time. Even after the expiration of period, you can bring a suit, you can file an application, you can make any kind of application for appeal. Similarly, plus to this provision, there are some articles are attached with it. These articles are actually providing you the deadlines, the duration under which you can come for the court of actions. Another important subject is the Registration Act. The Registration Act which deals with the registration of the documents which are of two ways. Number first, the documents which are compulsory in nature, the documents which needs to be registered compulsory as per section 17 of this act. As per section 18 of this law, there are some documents which are optional in nature to be registered. So this law deals with the effect and the documents which needs compulsory registration and the documents which are not required to be compulsory registered. This law can be asked, this law is asked in the prelim and mains together. Now, another important subject which is having the focus subjects, though it is a minor subject but it is a very focused subject for DGS preparation, that is the Arbitration and Conciliation Act of 1996. It is a preferred subject. So most of the question in prelims, the weightage is for the minor subject. Then we will go for Arbitration and Conciliation Act. Now, another important subjects for which you can get some 2 or 3 questions in the prelims and in the mains you may have some any questions for 10 marks or for 15, that is for Trademarks Act. And the last one under this civil law paper 2 is the Copyright Act 1957. It is also asked in the examination. This law talks about that how any kinds of writings, any kind of things can be copy means registered and then it will be covered under the copyright law. Now I am going to the last one paper of the DGS in the mains examination, that is criminal law paper. Remember student, in the criminal law paper we are having major subjects already, but there are some minor subjects which are also asked by making some questions from this law. The first law which I am referring here from the criminal law side, that is Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act 2005, which is popularly known as DV Act of 2005. Next law, which is NIA, which is Negotiable Instrument Act 1881. This is also important. Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace, Prevention and Prohibition of Redressal Act of 2013, which was introduced after the Vishakha judgment, wherein Supreme Court has issued some guidelines that how the women working in any workplace are to be protected from any kind of sexual harassment. So this kind of law is introduced in the year of 2013, providing so many rights as well as some disciplinary committees to regulate this kind of conduct in the employment. Another important law, that is Juvenile Justice Care and Protection of Children's Act. So this is the law which talks about the rights of juvenile. Remember student, this law not just only talks about the right of victims, it also talks about the right of accused. Although these accused are the juvenile within the category of the person who is in conflict with law. The child who has not attained the age of 18 and he has committed any offense, he is not treated as an offender or accused. He is simply treated as a juvenile and the child in conflict with law. So the procedure provided for the trial of such kind of person who is juvenile under this law is to be dealt by the children's court. They are to have the trial, they are to have some kind of relaxation to these children. So please remember student that under this law we may have some question related to the JJ Act of 2015 too. So these are the subjects which are covered as a minor subject in the prelims and mains both. Now the question is, what kind of questions are asked in the prelim and how these questions are put from the minor laws in the mains examination. Remember student, in the prelim examination the question is generally asked which is direct from the bare act. It may be asked under which section, which authority and others. But when we talk about the mains paper strategy, remember the strategy which is followed in the DGS mains examination is unique in nature as well as some have the different kind of connotation. The question which are asked in the DGS examination is not simple, not direct. They are having some conceptual clarity, problem based question. So might be possible student, if any question is asked from civil law paper, it might have problem under Transfer of Property Act. But the same problem are having some issues which are to be dealt through the Registration Act, as well as they may be that it is to be dealt under the Indian Contract Act. It might be possible that something is connected with the Civil Procedure Code as well as Sales of Goods Act. So there are intermixing of the laws. There might be possibility that a question is asked in the civil law paper which is having all kinds of connotation, concept from different laws. If you have the clarity of concept under these laws, then only you can solve the problem by first of all framing the issues and putting all the laws together to make the answer correct. So these are the strategies which you need to adopt when you are preparing for the minor subject. Remember student, as I already told in my first video, that when you are preparing for DGS examination, there is two categories of subject, major and minors. So start with your preparation from the major subjects, and once you completed your major subject, you need to go through the minor subjects. The minor subjects are not just limited to 2 or 3 subjects. There is ample kinds of laws which are put in your prelims and mains together. So you don't need to say that it is just simply preparation stage which will take 15 days or 1 month's time. No, you need to go through, you need to take a lot of time, so that you need to make a bifurcation of these subjects. A proper time planning should be there, and then and only you can cover these minor subjects. So this is the strategy that you can follow when you are starting your preparation for DGS, specifically in that part when you are preparing the minor subject. So there are 3 rules which I am saying in your brief. Number first of all, try to know what are the major subjects which are asked in the prelims as well as the mains of the DGS examination. Once you realize that these are the subjects, now come to the second point. What is the nature of the minor subjects which are asked in the prelim question, and how these questions are put in the mains examination? This is the second rule. Once you realize that this is the kind of nature that is put in the prelim and mains examination, the third rule which you need to follow rigorously is that now you should start to make writing of these notes. आप नोट्स बनाना जब शुरू करोगे तो प्रीलिम एंड मेंस में, प्रीलिम के नोट्स में यू नीड टू स्टिक टुवर्ड द बेयर एक्ट प्लस केस लॉस, एंड फॉर द मेंस पर्पस यू नीड टू क्लैरिफाई दैट हाउ दीज कॉन्सेप्ट आर डेवलप्ड. So you need to make the provision of interlinking provision. Once you are preparing for section 43 of TPA, you need to go for that. There is section 1, there is section 13 of SRA also. You need to go for section number 17 of Registration Act together when you are reading section 43. So you need to have the intermixing of sections from one law to other. Then it will be possible for you to write a better answer in the mains examination, taking the minor subjects into notion. So this is all which I am saying to you. I hope that you will try to know how the focus is to be given to the minor subjects. Thanks for watching this video.